It's my pleasure to welcome Dr. Chami Hossain, who is one of the pioneers, we can really say, of wind power in India. Chami, you've worked for companies at the time when we had the first time the World Wind Energy Conference in Delhi. You were the main manager of it at the Indian Wind Energy Association. You've worked in the association side, on the industry side as well, and you're vice president of WWEA, and next to many other positions, also the technical chair of WWEA, and you will share the global status of wind power and how that is related to the situation in India. Chami.
Yeah, thank you, Stephen, and a very good day to all the distinguished speakers here. Dr. Ajay Mathur and Gauri Singh ji, Bhanu Yadav ji, and Dr. Peter Ray, all the distinguished speakers on the panel. I wish you all a very good day here. In fact, I am quite delighted and happy about the fact that the World Wind Energy Association has is coming back to India almost after 10 years, and we had a big conference in Delhi in 2006, and at that time the scenarios were different, but still India was gearing up to harness renewable energy in a very big way, and at that time our total installed capacity of wind power was around 5 gigawatt. And now we have almost, and there was hardly no solar at that time, hardly any solar at that time. And now we have almost, I would say 78, 80 gigawatt of wind and solar capacity combined, which is a very huge capacity and significant part of our energy mix. I have some statistics and a very small presentation, which, as Stephen said, I would just like to share with you. Stephen, can I open my file here?
You can share your screen. You are a co-host, so you should be able to do that. Oh?
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So as I was saying, now in India we have almost 80 gigawatt of wind power, and also internationally things have changed so much now that we have very large capacity worldwide. But as we move forward, we are leaving behind 1 year that many of us would like to continue to remember or forget it. This is the year of the COVID. It will be there in the history books for a long time. And this was a year when everything, closed down. So right March onwards, we saw lockdowns in every part of the world. And as a result, what happened that the energy demand also worldwide, it went down a little, 8 to 10% here and there. And with that, the electricity demand also went down because the shops and the facilities, everything was closed. But during this period, something interesting happened, and one of them was that the thing that was continued to work was renewable energy. While everything else shut down, everything was closing down with the coronavirus, one thing that continued to work was these solar parks. They continued to generate electricity. We have plantations, we have biomass, which continue to run, of course. They are naturally operating like that. And we had wind energy, which also continued to generate electricity, and very large amounts of electricity was being pumped into the systems all around the world during this period. And this showcased the fact that, while other things can stop, renewable energy continues to work. And this means that we are on a very, very much correct path of harnessing renewable energy. And if you look at some of the statistics, and these are interesting statistics, that wind and solar energy are first of all the fact that the wind and solar energy are now cost effective and mainstream sources of energy all over the world. In India, we achieved a cost of slightly less than 2 rupees per kilowatt hour, which is pretty low as a cost of generation. And also for the wind, we were as low as 2.42, but then it went up a little, and so we are hovering around 2.8, 2.9 rupees per kilowatt hour. So it's very cost competitive, and perhaps more cost competitive than fossil fuel based power plants. And so it will continue to grow. So the future is there for the renewable energy. And we are looking at nearly 72 gigawatt of new wind power plants in 2020. So till 2020, till 2019 end, we had an installation of 650 gigawatt, a little more, at the end of 2019. And with this year, another 70, 72 gigawatt additional wind capacity, we will be arriving at something like 720 gigawatt, a little more here and there. And in 2021, it is projected that there will be around 70 to 78, 80 gigawatt capacity which will be added. So very large capacity is getting added. And of the 72 gigawatt, nearly 52 gigawatt in 2020 will be added in Asia. Of course, a very large capacity is getting added in China because they also were going through a certain policy change. But in India, after all the auctions which have happened, the projects are now starting to come up from the auctions, and it's expected that nearly 2 gigawatt may be commissioned by March. So this is the scenario for Asia. And around 350 gigawatt of new capacity is expected in next 4 years all over the world, of course. Nearly 200 gigawatt of offshore capacity by 2030. So even if you look at the near horizon of next 10 years, it's going to be really moving. We will be moving ahead on renewable energy in a very big way. These are statistics that I have on wind. Solar will have a similar scenario. So I take this opportunity to welcome all of you to the WWEC conference in November here in India. And I think it is going to be a very exciting time for all of us with all the developments that are happening. And I thank all the speakers here again. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chami. And let me just add some information here, because we just got very recently some updates on, in particular from China. I think that's just really yesterday got the information that the Chinese market alone probably in 2020 was more than 50 gigawatts. So you can even increase a bit the expectations that we have. So the last year obviously will bring a new record of maybe around 80 gigawatt of maybe even a bit more than that of global installed capacity in spite of the pandemic situation. I think that really shows us that we are now almost on track. We can see some acceleration around the world, and that is very good news. Chami, thank you so much for this global overview.